All right, YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Steph. So, got a really great question that somebody asked me, and we're gonna dive into it right here. All right. So, this is what he said. Yo, Steph, bro, been having issues with my wife. We've been together for 2.5 years. When we first met, I was hella blue pill, and I have not been letting things slide and calling her out on her immature ways. Now she has been giving attitudes, starting arguments, and playing victim after I call her out on her BS. I earn over six figures every year. That's really good. That's really good. I earn over six figures every year, and I know I can pull other females without a problem. I think she only have stayed with me for this long because I have been providing for her and she is comfortable. She has serious bipolar issues, which I think is just women. And I'm gonna stop you right there. In my opinion, like, let me sip my water for this one, G. In my humble opinion, I believe all women are bipolar. I just feel like there's levels to this like bipolarness, if that makes sense. Like, I remember this chick who I really, really used to have a huge crush on in high school. And she was a hood chick, man. She was light skinned, super pretty. Now she just like she hit the wall. These women be hitting the wall so early, but like, man, like she really had a huge bipolar disorder. Like, she even said she had it. You know what I'm saying? She even said she had it, and she was like diagnosed with it, you know? And I believe all women have like level 0.5 to maybe level 1 bipolar disorder when their emotions is just always changing. And it's like they can say one thing and they can do the other thing. That's why I always tell you guys, there's no such thing as a woman too good for you, because the too good, it's not logical. Like they're in her realm. When we're dealing with females, too good, it's not logical. It's like too good is not like a LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that. A too good is anything can happen based off of her emotions. So that's why there's no such thing as any woman being too good for you, because it doesn't matter where you're at as far as your SMV scale. Even if you're at a high SMV scale and this chick has a check by her name on Instagram and Twitter, she's still a woman. Her emotions still changing. She loves you today and hates you tomorrow, right? She wants you to bust on her face today, and then tomorrow she don't even want you to do nothing, right? That's just what it is. During the phases of when it's about that time, you ever notice like she's more into you, right? She's more aroused. That's just how women are. It's not like us. You know what I'm saying? It's not like us. Now, do women feel like they're too good for us? Yes. That's why these women don't approach. Because they have that they're scared of that rejection. Let me take another water, G. Scared of that rejection, but all right, let's continue, man. He said, I pull other females with no problem. I think she only stayed with me because of the lifestyle I provide for her. She's comfortable. She has serious bipolar issues, and I think it's just women. How do I know when it's better to cut my losses and move on to another females, or try to work this one out with her? To be honest, I'm really thinking I should cut my losses, but the issue is we bought a house together with the dog. Oh, man. So it ain't so easy to just say F this and leave. Bro, I want a dog, man. I got a cat right now, man. And, I like cats. I like lion faces, little baby lion faces, and I just like cats. Cats are smooth, man. Don't judge me, G. Slow down. But I do want a husky. I want something just like that on my wall. I want something exactly like that really soon, man. And I'll be bringing them on the channel. But it's hard, dude. Like, and this is the problem, fellas. It's so hard to leave a woman, especially your wife, when you got all these things invested, your emotions, your money, your love, business, this time. The dog is like your child. You know, it's like every time you see the dog, depending on, especially if y'all brought it up when he was a youngin' to now, or she was a youngin' to now, it's like the dog brings memories. The dog is like some sort of emotional imprint on both of you guys. It's just like a child. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to just, you know what, I'm done, I can't do this no more, and leave. But sometimes the hardest things to do for us is the best things to do. You know what I'm saying? It's the best thing for us to do, right? Like one of the hardest things for me was leaving Milwaukee, Wisconsin to come here to Austin, Texas. It was one of the hardest things I had to do, but it was one of the best things I ever done in my entire life, ever, right? It was one of the best things I ever done in my entire life, because now I see how it is from both sides. When it's just like this, fellas, when a woman is dealing with a man and she breaks up with her man, fellas, this is what we have to understand about women. You have about a 1 week to 2 week window to get with that woman, because she's vulnerable at that point, right? Depending on who that man is, depending on how much of a significant role he played in that woman's life, whether it's the imprint or, right, it depends on what who the man is. If this guy is alpha, if this guy is, even if he's beta, I wouldn't even say, even if he's beta and he's giving her this lavish lifestyle that she just can't receive from other guys right away, because the attachment that they've built over course of years, it's hard for her to move on. So if she do take a little break, and I'm talking about a female's perspective, or not a female's perspective, I'm just talking about on a female's end. If she does say she does take a break with you, right? Or she takes a break with her boyfriend, right? You, as the guy that thinks she's hot, you're talking to her, you spitting your game in her, bro. You got like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to really do something with her, unless you just gonna be put up on the back burner and ain't no telling what's gonna happen. Yeah, she might hit you up from time to time if, you know, she wants some attention, or maybe she might even cheat on him or something. But women, they'll break up with a guy, or he will break up with her because he's tired of her stuff, or she will break up with him emotionally because she just feels some type of way. But sometimes women think a little bit logical too, because they think from a hypergamous standpoint of, I have to survive. So she knows that, yeah, I can't get a guy like this anywhere as far as to provide a lavish lifestyle for me. So I can't really let this nest go. I can't really I really love him. He's not alpha, but I love him. And even if he is alpha, it's hard for women to let those kind of guys go. What if the guy wants to take a break? Or what if the guy, initiates the breakup? You know what, baby girl, this ain't going good. She crying. Yeah, she might be single all on her profiles and something, but all he got to say is one word, and she going to cut it all off. Not cut it off in the terms of, hey, man, she ain't going to stop giving these other dudes attention, but cut it off to let it be known that, I'm back in my relationship. I got my man back. I'm back posting on my story, etc., etc. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with what you're going through, bro. It's hard to cut your losses with a chick that you built this huge emotional attachment on top of being married to her. Now, this is the thing I want to tell guys. I'm 22 years young. So guys that's in high school to my age, maybe 25, I don't encourage none of you guys to get married. Right? I'm not against families. If you want to have a family, like Steph, I want to have a family. I'm not going to call you a beta male simp because you want to have a family, G. If you want to have a family one day, be smart. Make sure you well off. When I say well off, I'm like, bro, make sure you earning at least 6 figures. Or you got some money, a lot of money put up. You got to be well off. Right? Well, you ain't even got to earn 6 figures, but be well off to the point where the bills is paid and you ain't got to worry about no extra stress. You feel what I'm saying? If that's your goal, You know what I'm saying? If that's your goal, if you want to start a family, that's cool. Now, I'm 22. I don't encourage men to get married. Not the guys my age. Not guys 23, 24, 25, 26. Maybe you in the 30. I don't even suggest guys that's 30 going on 35 to get married. That's just coming from me. Pushing 40. I don't even suggest you get married, G. That's coming from a youngin'. Because just from a legal standpoint, just from this propaganda, this propaganda narrative they push on us, it makes no logical sense for us to do so. Now, if you want to give your chick a ring, by all means, you can do that. That's on you. But I don't want you selling your soul to propaganda, to this blue pill narrative. I don't want you to do that because you're setting your life up for misery. It's going to be misery for you. She winning. I want you to be winning. Because she's already winning at birth. We're losing at birth. So we got to play catch up by learning all this knowledge and applying it in a smart way so we can be ahead of the game. They already ahead of the game. And by the government pushing this blue pill propaganda down our necks, we're steady getting behind the game, right? So to answer your question, and that's just to clear that up, like, right? I don't encourage no guys that's my age or even younger, unless it has something to do with your upbringing as far as like your family heritage and things like that. If you're a different nationality, I'm brown skinned, but other than that, by all means, do what you want to do, bro. But, I don't encourage men to get married. That's just me. That's just me. Okay? And right now, bro, you're in a situation where it's all bad. It's all bad. And I'm going to be honest, man. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. When a woman sees you as a sinner, you are a sinner. You're not a point guard. And if in order you play catch up to do these drills till you turn into a point guard, it's going to take too much time for her to take you serious. Right? It's harder. So you as the man, you might have to cut your losses. Think the Most High you don't have no children, so you ain't got to pay no child support or nothing like that. But you earning over six figures, you said? You make over six figures. That's a lot of money, bro. Over six figures is a lot of money. I know you probably didn't want to tell me your exact amount, but over six figures, that's good money. And depending on however much he make, what if you got to pay the alimony? You might have to. It all depends. So it's like, you could cut your losses. Y'all bought a house together, so damn, you already know what's going to happen with that, G. You already know what's going to happen with that. You already know you got to get that up. Unless you sign some prenup agreements. Right? Or you can stick it out, play it by ear, see if it gets worse, but I'm telling you it's going to get worse. But just because I tell you something doesn't mean that, you haven't experienced it yet. But I know it's going to get worse, bro. But if you want to experience it getting worse, play it by ear, which sounds crazy, but play it by ear, see what's going to happen, but still still apply the game. Still apply the alpha mindset to the marriage. This for all guys that's in marriages right now. The game don't end, bro. Even guys that's in relationships, the game never ends. It's always continuing. That's just how it is. That's just what it's gonna be. That's just how it is, fellas. The game is the game. It don't end. It don't end. Because the game is her emotions. And you cannot be predictable. Gotta always stay in your masculine frame. Now, I'm not saying you gotta always, no, chill. You can chill in your office and play PS4. You know what I'm saying? You can chill out. But I'm saying frame should be automatic because you're masculine. It should just be automatic. It should be an automatic pilot. You should already know to hold frame at all times. Not, yes, sir. That's not holding frame, G. Holding frame is you being you. You just being a coder you. So the coder you is within that frame that is you. The frame is holding you up to be coder, G. That's what it is. Not no, sir, yes, sir. No, you ain't doing all that. You smooth. You cool. Right? So, to answer your question, you said, to be honest, I really think I should cut my losses. Bro, DM me on Instagram. I know you're going to see this video, but we're going to talk about it more, man. I might do a part 2 to this video, man. All right? But from the information that you gave me off just one little paragraph, I believe it's going to be hard for you to just cut your losses. Cold turkey. But the hardest things to do sometimes, most of the times, leaves the craziest amount of results. Like, it really does. Like, I was watching, Sean Roden, Olympia prep, and he said Chris Aceto, y'all probably don't even know who this is, but Chris Aceto said that he prepped on 25 grams of carbs for the last 4 weeks. That's tough. But he won. He came in hard as nails. He won. So sometimes, man, you got to do the hardest thing, man, and doing the hardest thing is best for you at the end. So that's the video for today, fellas. Don't forget to like my video, comment, subscribe, holla back at your boy. Peace.